What's goody? YouTube, it's your boy Drizzy here, and as you can see, we're doing more Dokkan today, baby. So 90% of the time I play Dokkan, it's in between my classes, or I'm walking back to my car, or whatever, or I'm at my lunch break at work, or whatever. So I thought, why don't I record whenever I do hard content on my phone, screen record it, and then make a rant style video. So today's video is going to be talking about how I truthfully believe, no pun intended, that DaTruthDT's assessment of whether a character is good or not typically is good advice to take. Let's just put it that way. I don't want to say that truth is always right, because if I do, then I'm going to be blacklisted from the Dokkan community, because for some reason, you know, the guy that owns the #1 Dokkan JP account is always wrong. But that's besides the point. I do tend to take his advice with a grain of salt, if that makes sense. 90% of the time when I watch like a Dokkan showcase, I don't actually take what I'm watching as fact, because if I did, then I wouldn't pull for a single character. Because the reason why is because the rest of his team is 100%, or is rainbowed with level 10 link skills. So even when he does his 55% showcases, where they're at 55% one link, I don't take what I'm looking at as fact. Like watching him absolutely melt through Broly, or melt through Cell Max, or any of these difficult stages. I'm not looking at the actual stage. I'm listening to what he's telling me about, you know, oh, this defense stat is good, this offensive stat is good, he's stacking defense, great. You know what I'm saying? I look at that, and that's what I determine whether or not I'm going to pull for a character. But also the fact that he ranks highly defensively built characters rather than offensively built characters, I think that is very, very good advice to take. And anyone that's new to Dokkan, I would recommend taking that advice, if anything. I also would take the advice of pulling for the characters you want, because that's obviously smart. However, I would take a look at their kit, see if they're leaning more towards the offensive side or the defensive side. In Dokkan, specifically, Dokkan is different than any other mobile game, realistically, that I or you will ever play, where there is no such thing as really blitzing. It's not like, you know, playing Genshin, where you have Utao on 1 HP, and, you know, she melts through pretty much everything in the entire game, right? That's not really a thing in Dokkan. You can blitz bosses, but that comes with spending money and getting your character rainbow. I personally think that it's almost damn near impossible to blitz any boss in Red Zone. Obviously Super Battle Road you can, Extreme Super Battle Road maybe, where you can't really blitz bosses in Red Zone. It's just not possible. Trust me, the footage that you're watching of me doing the Cell Max event and these footages, I promise you, I had planned to start uploading Dokkan videos 2 or 3 weeks ago. So some of these footages are me recording. I have a lot of footage of me recording Red Zone stages and getting blown out the water, even with a defensive run, right? So that's the other thing I want to mention. You're doing multiple runs, period. No matter how or no matter what happens, you will not beat the stage the first try unless you're super, super lucky, right? So why would you make the game harder by making you be able to take less hits and make you have to do more runs? Back before Vegeta and Trunks came out, and I was running LR Gods and LR SSJ4s with their respective with each other as well. I think I ran the LR SSJ4s as my leader, because I had a lot more characters. I have both the Year 5 LRs, but I don't actually remember what my team is. Back when I was running those teams, I actually was running into more difficult beating regular stages. Like I was struggling against certain extreme battle road stages that the team could not go into, and I was definitely not even capable of beating a super battle or a super battle. Sorry, not even capable of beating an red zone. I actually was trying to beat red zone stage. I could not do it. Right, with a 55% team, I physically could not go into a red zone stage and actually beat them. It wasn't until I got Vegeta and Trunks, it wasn't until I got God Goku, it wasn't until I got Super Saiyan 2 Vegeta, and it wasn't until I got Majin Vegeta, as you see in this video, that I was even able to beat the damn Cell Max event. I could not beat this event. I didn't get lucky enough to pull any of the Gammas, and I tried to get Orange Piccolo with my life, and I literally just didn't get it. So obviously I just haven't beat this event, which is the reason why I'm showing you guys this footage, because I actually beat the event. And that's just one of the main things that I chose to speak on in this video, is the fact that I truthfully believe that defensively built characters actually get you results, right? I mean, this took me 3 attempts to beat the Cell Max event today. It took me 3 attempts. I have tried damn near, I promise you I've tried like 50 attempts. I have tried so many attempts. Even when I got Vegeta and Trunks, I couldn't beat this event. I could not beat this event. And you want to know why? It's because there's 2 reasons. The LR Gods and the LR SSJ4s are just not super defensive. I understand that they can infinite stack, attack defense, but just raw defense is nothing. You need raw defense and guard, or you need raw defense and damage reduction. Otherwise, you're not doing it. You're just going to die. And I understand the LR Gods dodge. Yeah, they have a high chance to dodge. However, a high chance to dodge as a 55% really doesn't do that much. I'm gonna be honest. It really doesn't. I think dodge is more of a rainbow character. I've had a few games be saved by dodge, but it's not like end all be all where dodge is just this absolute game breaking mechanic. It definitely can be, right? Like Khalifa is a good example of how dodge breaks the game. However, specifically, this is the only time I disconnect from truth, where he thinks dodge is like the greatest thing ever. Dodge is the greatest thing ever on Rainbow Kid. I think guard and defensive stacking is far better for 55. Now, I'm not gonna say that having guard on a character is absolutely a sin. No, to be honest, I think that if you do manage to get a dupe of a character, or you have an equip that has dodge, you better put that on. Having 3 dodge on a character, just in general, it makes the game just a tad bit easier. It sways the game back in your favor just a step. And that's all you need to beat some of these difficult stages. Like, obviously, they wouldn't have a daily limit on Red Zone if this was like the absolute hardest content they could think of. I guarantee you they could think of something harder than Red Zone. They have a daily limit, so you don't think of a strategy that actually just curb stomps Super Battle Royale. Like, for example, I mean, Cell Max is a movie boss. I could have brought Tech. Super Saiyan God Goku, which, to be honest, when I had the Gods team, I did bring a lot. But you know, I can do things like that. But obviously, you know, it's funny, Tech God Goku build. Why do you think it's so good? It's built. You get the point that I'm trying to make. This is that having a defensively built team actually, to be honest, leads to more wins. Right? Because yes, it does take you longer, and yes, the number might not be as high on the screen, but also you're not taking as much damage. Now, there's one more point I want to make for this video. What is I've been recording audio for about 10 minutes now. There's one more point that I want to make. So obviously I talked about dodge. I did ramble on a little bit, but I'm still on top. The main reason why Truth goes into such lengths about defense being better than offense is because of bosses, specifically like Red Zone Brawl, right? Things like that. And obviously I know in JP they have a harder event, which is the Shenron event. To be honest, I think I might just try Rob. I have a team that could even hold a damn candle for that event. But my event that I struggle with right now is the Broly event, which I think is fair right now. I think that was the hardest event before this Shenron event. I'm not certain. I'd have to do some research on that. But for me, it is. Pretty much no matter what team I build, I do not have a team capable of tanking all of his. Now, to be fair, I haven't run a team where I swapped out the gods for the tech assistant. SSP Goku. Movie heroes majorly debuff. You know. I haven't done that yet. So tomorrow I'm going to run the Broly event again. I've already done my 3 attempts. I got fucking floored. You'll see later when I record another video. When I record another Rant video, I got floored. Unfortunately. But that's my current behemoth. I can't beat it. Right. And you want to know really the reason why I can't beat it? It has nothing to do with Vegeta and Trunks. It has absolutely nothing to do with God Goku. Well, I mean, kinda. God Goku, if I don't build enough stacks, he can get me killed, but that's my fault. Or it's either my fault or he's in 7th slot, and then it's the game's fault. And it really has nothing to do with Carnival. Birdcoo. Birdcoo is my savior. If I didn't have Birdcoo on this account, I literally would beat half the content I beat. Hashtag Birdcoo literally reviving as I say that, but I'm just saying, half the things that I've beaten in this game, I don't think I would beat without Birdcoo. He's literally carried me through. Which I think is blasphemy that anyone thinks he's fallen off. I think Birdcoo is a top, let's say top 10 LR at 55%. And I'm only saying top 10 because I don't want someone in the comments to be like, oh, this LR is better than that. Not really. Not at 55%. I don't see very many LRs that can even compete at 55%. Like Bird. I absolutely love Bird. Until he drops up. And then I don't like Bird too. But back on topic. I can't beat it because of the LR gods. Now, Super Saiyan Vegeta, I didn't mention, is like my favorite character. Oh, he just doesn't take damage ever. Like he's like Trunks and Vegeta. I throw him in slot 2 with God Goku after he transforms, he just doesn't take damage. Like it's crazy. He's so good, right? And then I have the gods who take 700k no matter how many times freaking super for me. Slot 3, I'm trying to get them out of sight. And then Broly just super. AoE super. And it's really upsetting because I really like the LR gods. I do. I absolutely love the LR gods. They can get crazy if you can get enough turns. Which the problem is with that Broly, you can't get enough turns for them to be good. So then you have to transform. Otherwise, they don't have the defense. And then, obviously, once you transform with them, they might live. They might take 400k instead of 700k. But that's really a reach happening. And I know what you're saying. Why don't you just damage them? I can't. 55% characters, or my 55% team, cannot physically one-shot, or one phase, one turn, that Broly. I literally cannot. I've done rotation. I have done rotations where I build up all of my characters to obscene levels, specifically so I get them to one-shot. You know what happens? Broly lives on a sliver of HP, supers in slot 3, and we die. Back to the drawing board. Now I've had rotations where I've beaten that Broly because the 3 characters I have on that slot take 0 damage, and they chip him down low enough to where the LR gods on the next rotation kill him, right? But I'm telling you, things like that AoE Broly will make you struggle as a 55% if you do not have a defensive team. And that is absolutely true. And I don't care what you have to say about Truth saying that offense is trash. Offense is not trash. It's just not better than defense. That's the point that I will make. I don't care what he says over there. I'm telling you, offense is not good enough for 55%. Now, with that being said, defense isn't all that much either, because you can also still lose defense. But in my opinion, defensive built characters will last me longer as a than I would guess someone with 100. But I'll say it again: 55% defensive built kit, way better than offensive built kit. With that being said, get you guys on the next side. Next time we're talking about potential LRs that I would like to see. That is peace out.